I'm joined here today by Randa Markos, who's set to fight Nina Ansaroff at UFC's return to Calgary. Randa, how are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
I'm glad to hear it. So, what are your thoughts on your opponent heading into this fight?
Um, she's tough, definitely tough. I didn't really watch much of her fights. My coaches did, but I'm expecting a stand-up fight from her. I'm just expecting her to come out strong, hard kicks, hard punches, and I'm just gonna, take it to my game and hopefully win the fight.
And so, you said you haven't studied much film, but how do you think you match up with her? Do you have an idea?
I think it's gonna be a pretty similar match to my last fight with the girl from Brazil.
Hey, Juliana?
Yes, Juliana Lima. I think she's very, very similar to Juliana Lima. I know they fought in the past, and Juliana won, but I think Nina is underrated. I think she's a tough fighter, tough opponent, and her, what better training partner than to have the champ as your training partner? I'm expecting the best out of Nina, and hopefully she's expecting the same out of me.
And what was your reaction when you were offered the fight in Canada? I mean, we know the UFC, they haven't been great about doing shows in Canada. What was your reaction?
Well, actually, they originally set this fight for Las Vegas, and I turned down I didn't turn it down. Then they came back and gave me the option, Vegas or Calgary, and I said Calgary for sure. Like, I love fighting in Canada, and I haven't been back to Calgary since I was in high school wrestling, actually. So it's great to go back.
And do you have any family in Calgary?
No, I don't have any family. I just have good experiences in Calgary. I won the national bronze medal for wrestling when I was there, so it's going to be cool to go back.
And so, do you think fighting in Canada and, of course, Calgary, do you think that's going to give you an advantage?
I feel like every time I fight in Canada, I just feel the energy from the vibe from the crowd, and it just helps you, gives you a little bit of a boost. So, and I don't know, I just feel like the crowd is with me when I'm in Canada, fighting in Canada.
And so we do know that you're training in different gyms usually. Where are you training at for this camp?
I'm training at a bunch of different gyms. I'm training, my conditioning is at the Garage Gym in Amherstburg, which is like a 45-minute drive from here. And then I go to Detroit for Jiu-Jitsu, 313 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And then I go to Empire Boxing for my boxing. And then a friend of mine who used to be my teammate in wrestling out of Windsor Wrestling Club, so I train with him. So I'm kind of all over the place. And I got a great team now, and so it works for me.
And so do you like training at the different gyms, or would you prefer maybe one structure?
Honestly, I've tried the gym that has everything. I've tried the MMA gyms, and it's just not for me. I like getting the best out of everything I do, and going to individual gyms. I feel like it's like I'm not like getting half-assed technique, right? Which I kind of feel like not putting the MMA gyms down, but I feel like I'm not getting the best out of everything. You know what I mean? It's more of an MMA style wrestling, MMA style jiu-jitsu, MMA style, where I just want to break it down and really get specific with my technique.
And so you feel that doing the different martial arts gyms, something I've been curious about, but you feel that's helping you with one specific technique, and then you're able to incorporate that into MMA?
Yes, yeah. And when I spar, I do MMA matches, and I feel like I'm a lot more clear with my technique now. And, it's working for me. I feel like it's working for me, but we'll see in the future.
And so you are coming off a win over Juliana. What do you think went right for you in the fight?
Pardon?
What do you think went right for you in the fight?
Man, everything went wrong in the camp for that fight, to be honest. I was doing great, and then I messed up my knee really bad. I partly tore my MCL, fully tore my patellar, and I was just everything went out the window. Couldn't spar anymore. Had to change my entire camp, and everything just got really specific. And I really focused on the things that I could do, and so I worked on wall work. I worked on just technique on the ground and stuff, whatever I could do. I worked on my conditioning as much as I could, and I went out there and just kept it simple, and I was surprised to see that Juliana Lima wasn't as strong as I thought she would be. You look at somebody like that, man, she's ripped, she's gonna be strong. I don't know if it's the buildup in my head, she's gonna be a really strong girl, and then I grabbed her and I was like, oh, well, this isn't what I thought, and I felt like I felt much stronger over her. So that was an advantage for me.
And so you did mention sort of the injury. Was there any thought to pulling out for this one?
Not for a second. Not on my part. I mean, my corner was all like, I don't think this is a good idea. Maybe you shouldn't do this. Maybe you shouldn't do this. But I had an awesome physiotherapist, Chuck Smith, and he was like, you can do this. And he's like, you got 4 weeks. You can do this. And all I needed to hear was that one person to tell me that I could do it. And then, nothing, not one, like, I didn't have a second where I was like, I should pull out, But the morning of, I was like crying. I was going hysterical because I was like, I don't know if I made the right decision, but, just stayed focused and went out there, and nothing was going to, stop me from taking the W.
And obviously everybody was right. I mean, you got out with the victory. It must have felt great to get that one.
Yeah, it was a huge, lift off my shoulders to come out with a victory in that fight.
And so the fight was in North Carolina, somewhere I used to live, but did you get a chance to visit North Carolina? How'd you like it?
Well, not really. I didn't get to visit that much, but we were kind of in a hotel that was away from everything, so we couldn't really even check out the city at all. But we did try some plate restaurants, but I didn't get to eat because I was cutting.
Yeah.
But my team enjoyed it, so it looked really good.
And so how did it feel to get back in the win column?
It feels good, and I want to stay here. In my mind, I've got 3 wins in a row. I know everyone, they said it was a loss in Mexico. I feel that was a win. And in my mind, I got 3 fights, 3 wins in a row, and this is just going to be another one.
And so we know once this fight gets around, it'll be about 6 months since we've seen you. What's been keeping you out this time?
They just didn't book me a fight. Really, the injury has nothing to do with, I fought 4 weeks later, so it wasn't the injury that kept me from fighting. It's just they never booked me a fight until now, so, yeah.
And so,
I tried to get something sooner, and everyone was booked. I wanted a top 5 fighter, but everybody was booked, and I asked for Tisha. Tisha said she was too injured to fight, but then she's booked on my card, so it doesn't make sense.
And so does it bother you to stay out that long, or is this just an opportunity to just focus on your technique?
No, it doesn't bother me. I usually take a week off, maybe a week and a half at the most, and I'm back at it. I just want to get better every day. I just want to get better. It doesn't matter whether I have a fight or not. Just looking to get better and hopefully win that title soon.
And is there anything you're working on specifically to get ready for this fight?
No, nothing specific. I'm just want to be a better me. I want to be a better wrestler. I want to be a better grappler, better striker. So that's all I'm focused on.
All right, I just have one more for you. How do you see this fight playing out?
I think she's gonna come out, with some strong kicks, strong punches. I'm hoping to, take her down. If not, knock her out. I'm just seeing positive view in my mind, and hopefully it works out the way. We can never expect, something to come out of it. Anything can happen. This is MMA, and so I'm just hoping for the best. I'm training for the worst and hoping for the best.